Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Mid Island Custom Diecast. My name is Evan, and happy Canada Day to all my fellow Canadians participating in this build-off put on by Andrew at Leaf Matchbox Makeovers. Please remember to subscribe if you have not already, and hit that bell for notifications of future videos. So let's have a quick look at it here on the rotating car stand. This is a Dinky number 173 Pontiac Parisienne. It was produced from 1969 to I think 1972. Obviously it's a 1:43 scale, I believe. It is based on the Pontiac Parisienne, which was built on the GMB platform in Canada from 1958 all the way to 1986, and I believe in the States for a few years from about 83 to 86. It's pretty much mechanically identical to the American Impala or Chevy Caprice. So yeah, let's get this stripped down and see what we're working with. So we've gone ahead and put it in the stripper, and this is what we have come back with. You can see in the panel lines and the edges quite a bit of that thick red paint left behind. And so we'll take the Dremel with the old wire wheel to it and see what we can get out of there. I used a couple of different wire wheels. This is the sort of cone-shaped one. I also used the flat one, and also the little crevice tool as well. And I got most of the red paint out of most of the areas, but then for those panel lines, I just took the dental pick to it, and it's really quite a nice casting that Dinky has here. I didn't have to do any filing at all. So after a little bit of sanding, we took out the flits, and this is after a bit of polishing. We'll just show you a little bit more polishing here. So we just apply the flits with the finger. This is a little too much. You don't really need this much. Just a little bit at a time will do plenty. And then with the felt wheel on the Dremel, just work it in, not too fast. Start off on a bit of a slower speed, and then I'll kick it up to a higher speed once I got it worked in good. So you can see after a little wipe with a towel, we've got a pretty good shine going. And we will clean it off and get some paint on it. This is how it turned out the first time, with just a polished body and a metal cast red. I wasn't really happy with the roof or the hood, so we'll throw it back in the stripper and into the paint booth again with some primer. This is I'm not sure what primer this is, but it's a black primer. And then we'll go ahead and shoot it with the silver color, silver base coat, and we'll do the metal cast all over again. And this will give me more of the finish that I was looking for. Here we go with the metal cast again. I really wanted to go with sort of I wanted to try a bit of a restoration on this one, while also being sticking with the red and white theme, so a little bit of a resto mod, I guess, if you will. So the body is going to be red, and the interior is going to be white. So once the metal cast is done, we'll move on to working on the interior section. Here, that is just it's pretty gross, pretty grungy, so give it a good clean. Now, if you're going to be working on these Dinky cars, just realize that these are vacuum formed plastic and super fragile and flimsy. So just a light brushing with the soap and water and a toothbrush. This is a super soft toothbrush, and that'll do the trick with that. So after we get it all cleaned up, it's got a couple of cracks. Yeah, well, we'll take the steering wheel out first because I don't want to paint that. And then at the back there's a couple of little cracks, and we're just going to fill those with super glue from the back. CA glue there. And that'll hold it together while we're painting it. Just smooth it out so it's not too noticeable. It doesn't make a big hump on the back. Yeah, and then this is just a Splash Paints Wimbledon white color. And we're just going to... I cut off quite a bit of the painting of this because it took me a long time to cover up that yellow without a primer coat, which I probably should have done. But anyway, this is how she turned out, nice and white. I'll put the steering wheel back in and put it back together shortly. So now we're just going to work on these retractable antennas. If you want to see how they work, you can check out Martin Dare's Dinky Restorations. He did a video on one of these Parisiennes as well. I'm just going to take a little chrome paint here and paint them. I tried to heat them up and sort of bend them a little straighter, and I think it all worked out pretty well here, but taking it apart was just not something I wanted to get into. Because it looked like a bit of a hassle. So we had them painted. The taillights, this is something I've seen Paulie do on his red lines, as well as some other people. Using the red Sharpie, you can do a couple of coats, and it makes it a little darker, but I didn't want to bust out the paint. Just the red Sharpie was perfect for these taillights. There we go. And anything extra I just cleaned off with a knife. Here is the windshield. I ended up swapping it out. I've got 3 of these Parisiennes, so I ended up swapping it out for one of my other ones that wasn't cracked, and of course gave it the Pledge Revive. There's the interior all painted white, whitish I guess, with that steering wheel in there. And the tires I gave it just a clean with soap and water. The wheels I did give a bit of a polish to, but anyway, they turned out pretty good. The front I gave a polish with the Expo 86 decal on the front, and the Mid Island Custom Diecast 46 decal on the back. And there's how they work up and down, so we can put the body back on. Here's a body after a clear coat, as well as that metal cast paint. So as I'm putting it together, let's have a quick reminder of where we started with. So here's the original one now. You can see the windshield was pretty beat up and had some small cracks in it. The paint was all chipped and just needed a little facelift. So here is where we ended up. Nice fresh coat of red metal cast paint over a silver base coat. Taillights have been redone. The antennas I attempted to fix up a little bit. The base has been polished with the Mid Island Custom Diecast decal on the back, and the Expo 86 decal on the front, which is just one I had laying around, that a little extra Canadianism. The interior got a fresh coat of white paint, and I think that this is just a really great looking car to put on the shelf now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Happy Canada Day to anybody who might be celebrating that today. And thank Andrew for inviting us all and putting this thing on. And yeah, guess I'll see you guys on the next one.